Welcome to my YouTube channel Kids Fun Magic World. Friends, today our topic is essay on human rights. Human rights are the basic rights and freedoms that every individual is entitled to regardless of nationality, ethnicity, language, religion, or any other status. These rights are considered inherent to all human beings simply by virtue of being human, and they form the foundation of justice, equality, and dignity. The concept of human rights has evolved over centuries, and its global recognition has paved the way for establishing legal frameworks to protect these rights. In this essay, we will explore the concept of human rights, their historical development, the importance of human rights, their violation, and the role of international organizations in safeguarding these rights. What are human rights? Human rights refers to the fundamental rights and freedoms that belong to every person in the world. They include the right to life, liberty, and security, the right to education, work, and a fair trial, the right to freedom of thought, consciousness, and religion, the right to freedom of speech, and the right to participate in the cultural, social, and political life of one's country. Human rights also encompass economic, social, and cultural rights such as the right to adequate living standards, healthcare, and social security. Human rights are universal and inalienable. This means that no person can forfeit their rights regardless of the circumstances they find themselves in. These rights are also indivisible, meaning that civil and political rights are just as important as economic, social, and cultural rights. Historical development of human rights. The history of human rights can be traced back to ancient civilizations. Thought the modern understanding of human rights developed significantly in the post World War II era. Some of the earliest concepts of human rights can be found in documents such as the Code of Hammurabi around 1754 BCE, which established certain protections for individuals in ancient Mesopotamia. Similarly, the Magna Carta of 1215 in England laid the groundwork for establishing legal protection against arbitrary rule by the monarchy. The Enlightenment period of the 17th and 18th century marked a significant shift in the understanding of human rights. Philosophers like John Locke, Jean-Jacques Rousseau, and Voltaire argued for the natural rights of individuals, including life, liberty, and property. These ideas influenced the development of democratic societies, and they were later enshrined in foundational documents like the American Declaration of Independence 1776 and the French Declaration of the Right of Man and of Citizen 1789. The 20th century saw significant milestones in the recognition of human rights, particularly after the horrors of World War II. The atrocities committed during the war, including the Holocaust, highlighted the need for international protection of human rights. In response, the United Nations (UN) was established in 1945, and the Universal Declaration of Human Rights was adopted by the UN General Assembly in 1948. This declaration, although not legally binding, set forth a comprehensive list of human rights and served as a global standard for human right protection. Importance of human rights. Human rights are critical for the development of peaceful, just, and inclusive societies. They are vital for ensuring dignity, equality, and freedom for all individuals. Some of the key reasons why human rights are important include: first, promoting dignity and equality. Human rights recognize the inherent dignity and equal worth of all individuals. Every person, regardless of their background or identity, deserves to be treated with respect and fairness. This foundation of equality is key to building societies that are just and non discriminatory. Second, protecting freedom and liberty. Human rights safeguard individual freedoms, including freedom of speech, freedom of movement, and the freedom to participate in political processes. These rights allow individuals to live their lives with autonomy and independence, free from oppression and coercion. Third, ensuring justice. Human rights provide the framework for justice and the rule of law. They guarantee access to fair trials, protection from arbitrary detention, and the right to seek redress for violations. This ensures that individuals are not subjected to torture, inhuman treatment, or other abuses. Fourth, promoting peace and stability. When human rights are respected, societies are more likely to experience peace and stability. The violation of human rights often lead to unrest, conflict, and even war. By protecting human rights, nations can prevent violence and foster harmonious relations within and among societies. Fifth, fostering economic and social development. Economic, social, and cultural rights, such as the right to education, healthcare, and a decent standard of living, are essential for development. Ensuring these rights help individuals lead healthier, more productive lives, contributing to the overall well being of society. Violation of human rights. Despite the broad recognition of human rights, they are often violated across the world. Human rights violations occur when individuals or groups are denied their fundamental freedoms and protections. Some of the most common violations include: political repression. In many countries, political leaders suppress dissent, limit freedom of expression, and imprison political opponents. This undermines democracy and stifles the ability of citizens to participate in governance. Discrimination based on race, ethnicity, gender, religion, or sexual orientation remains a widespread issue. Discriminatory laws and practices can result in unequal treatment, limited opportunities, and social exclusion for certain groups. Violence and abuse. Violence, including gender based violence, torture, and armed conflict, often lead to severe human rights violations. Women, children, refugees, and marginalized communities are particularly vulnerable to such abuses. Economic exploitation. In many parts of the world, individuals are subjected to exploitative labor conditions, including child labor, forced labor, and human trafficking. This deprives people of their rights to fair wages, safe working conditions, and basic human dignity. Lack of access to essential services. Many individuals, especially in developing countries, face a lack of access to education, healthcare, and clean water. This results in severe deprivation and prevents individuals from leading healthy, productive lives. Role of international organizations. Various international organizations play a crucial role in promoting and protecting human rights around the world. Some of the key organizations involved in this mission include: First, the United Nations (UN). The UN has been at the forefront of promoting human rights. The Universal Declaration of Human Rights, adopted by the UN in 1948, remains a cornerstone of international human rights law. The UN also has specialized agencies such as the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees and the United Nations Children's Fund that work to protect the rights of vulnerable populations. Second, International Criminal Court (ICC). The ICC is responsible for prosecuting individuals accused of committing grave violations of international human rights law, such as genocide, war crimes, and crimes against humanity. The ICC helps ensure accountability for human rights violations and promotes justice on the global stage. Third, non-governmental organizations (NGOs). Numerous NGOs such as Amnesty International, Human Rights Watch, and the International Federation for Human Rights work to monitor human rights abuses, raise awareness, and advocate for victims. These organizations often work on the ground in conflict zones and repressive regimes to report violations and provide assistance to affected communities. Conclusion: human rights are the foundation of a just, equal, and free society. They are not just legal concepts but moral imperatives that affirm the dignity and worth of every individual. While the international community has made significant progress in recognizing and protecting human rights, violations still persist. It is the responsibility of governments, civil society, and individuals to continue striving for a world where human rights are respected and upheld for all. As we move forward, it is essential to continue to advocate for the protection and expansion of human rights, ensuring that every person can live a life of dignity, equality, and freedom. Human rights are universal, indivisible, and inalienable. No one should be deprived of them, and it is the collective duty of all to defend them. Thank you friends for watching my video. Friends, I hope you like my video. Friends, if you like my video, so please subscribe, share and comments. Bye friends.